Hello, everyone. It's me, Angela Martin, and welcome to another quick cast. Now, in this episode, we'll be looking at some of the new features within the macOS Sequoia. Now, macOS Sequoia has been out for a while, so we're not going to be focusing on the new features that are commonly known to the new macOS, but we're going to be looking at some of the features that are considered as hidden features, as well as the features that can enhance the commonly known ones. Also, looking at some of the features that we used in our previous episodes with our iPad and our iPhone, where we can use it on our Mac computer using the new Mac OS Sequoia. So, guys, we've got a lot of ground to cover, and let's not waste any more time, and let's get started. Guys, I mentioned that I'm not going to show any of the common features, but there's something that I quickly want to show you guys in terms of the easy window tiling. Now, for those who do not know, the easy window tiling is where you can just take any window, move it to the side, and it will split it. Or I can move it to the top right hand or left hand corner. It will make it into a quarter size of the window. Or I can just drag my window to the top and it will then fill up the whole screen with that window. And you can also achieve this by going to your green window button. Once you move to your green window button, a drop down will appear showing you all of these arrangements, the move and resize, and even the full screen and split view options. You can also do the same thing by going into your window button and you will see there's the move and resize. And you can also apply the shortcut keys. And I'm just going to call up my keyboard for this. If I go to the shortcut keys, you can see it's Control, the FN key, and any of the arrow keys to assign your window to that. And further on with your arrangement, you can just throw in the Shift key with those shortcut keys that you have. So now if I should apply those shortcuts, so if I hold on Control FN and any of my arrows, you can see it will move it to the left and to the right hand side. And if I now go up and down, it will do that. But you would notice that there's no shortcuts assigned for the quarter size windows. And that is where you can add in your own shortcuts for that as well. So if you have multiple windows, and I've been doing this with one example, if I should add in additional windows as well, and in my system settings, I go to my keyboard setting. And in my keyboard, I'll click on the keyboard shortcuts and I'll choose app shortcuts. And I can just add in my different shortcuts for all applications. Click on the plus. Oh, what you need to keep in mind is the name must be the same as the name of the command. So if I should go to any window, go to my window button, and there you can see it's top left, top right, bottom right. So I can just go top left, and below I'll assign a shortcut, and always assign a shortcut key that is not assigned to something else. What I'll do is in this instance, I will use Control, Command, and up button, and I'll just tap on done. And you can also see the shortcut that I've assigned to it. And there it is. And now if I should test it out, if I should not choose this window over here, it's Control Command up button. There it works. So now I can go ahead and assign the others too. So I'll just quickly do that. And now, as you can see, I've assigned all my shortcuts. And if I should go to any of my windows, you will see that it's been assigned to those ones. And here I can just go and select the window, use my shortcut keys, and it will then start using that. And I can combine it with any of my other shortcut keys as well, like I use the app switcher. And now I can just use any of my other keys and so on and so forth. And that's how you can make your easy window tiling even easier with your shortcut keys. Now, seeing that we are talking about shortcuts, Apple has also added in a new shortcut key. So if I go back to my keyboard and I go to keyboard shortcuts, and this will be sitting under our keyboard, and here you can see it's show contextual menu. If I should select this appointment here in my calendar, and I go control and return key, you will see it opens my contextual menu. Or even if I'm just on the desktop and I go control return key, it will open my contextual menu. So something useful to use as well for those who like to use the keyboard shortcuts. So macOS Sequoia also comes now with live speech as well as vocal shortcuts, which we showed in our previous iOS 18 video. So if I go into my accessibility settings, there you can see it's live speech and vocal shortcuts. I'll start with live speech first. So in our live speech, we can just turn it on. It comes up with a system voice, and I can also choose other voices. What's so cool about it is the fact that I can also use my personal voice. So here you can see there's my personal voice, and it actually took the personal voice that I created on my iPhone. So if you've created a personal voice and it's not showing up on your Mac, you just need to turn on share across devices, the same on your iPhone or iPad that you created it on, and it should sync through. Alternatively, you can just create your personal voice on your Mac as well. So if I now go back to my live speech, I can now go into voices, and there I can select my personal voice. And I can also decrease the font of my typing when I do turn it on. So yeah, I'm going to turn it on, and you can see there the icon appears, and yeah, I can just type it in, and I'm just going to quickly type in a sentence, and let's hear what it says. So now that I've entered my text, I just hit return, using live speech to give a voice to the voices. Not totally my voice, but it's close enough. But there, if I'm finished with it, I can just close it down. And the other feature, which is vocal shortcuts, is where you can actually add a voice to any command and it will execute it by just speaking it forth. And this goes beyond even using Siri. And what's so cool about the vocal shortcuts, it also ties in with your shortcuts that you've created in your shortcuts app. So I'm going to keep it one side just to show you guys. If I go to vocal shortcuts and I click on setup, and yeah, just click on continue. I have to record it 3 times, the command. And I just click on continue. And here you can see there are all the shortcuts that I've created in my shortcuts. But below, it gives me even my accessibility options that I have that I can use as well and set it up as a vocal shortcut. What I'll do is I'll just use one of my accessibility features, and the one that I'm going to actually use is the live speech. So I'm just going to select live speech, click on continue. I have to type in the phrase, and I'm just going to make it a short one, just say speak. And now after, when I click on continue, I have to record this phrase 3 times. So continue, speak, speak, speak. And there it's done. I'll just say continue. After it's all done, then you can see there's the action added in, and all I just speak it for, speak. And there you can see it's executed, and I can start using my live speech. And I can just do the same action to end off my live speech. Speak. And there it closes it down. Super convenient. Another feature that we showed in our iPad OS 18 video is where we can keep our iCloud files saved locally or keep it downloaded onto the Mac. So I'm just going to close down all of my applications that are open. And what I'll do is I will just open my Finder. And in my Finder, I'm going to go to my Documents folder, and I'm just going to select this Swift coding folder. And if I do a secondary click on that one, 2 fingers click, control click, or I'm going to use the shortcut this time. Hold down the control key and press the return key. And then in my contextual menu, I can now select download now, which will download it, keep it locally saved. However, if I know that I'm going to be in a space where there's limited to zero internet, I can go in again and again, Control Return, and I will just go to my Keep Downloaded option, and you will see the badge have changed because now it keeps it locally saved onto the Mac as well. The FaceTime background screens that we normally use with our video conferencing apps, we can now also use with our video recording as well as video editing applications. So if I'm going to open my FaceTime, and you can see it's already been applied to a background. So I'll go to my panel, and under my backgrounds, I can, of course, go into my background colors, use the colors, use any image that I want to, and I can even just turn it off. Now, that is in terms of my video conferencing, and I can do that in Teams and Zoom as well. But I can even go, say, into my QuickTime Player. And in my QuickTime Player, I can go to New Movie Recording. And yeah, you can see it's also applied a background that I've already selected. And I can select any of the other backgrounds, even the ones that I've added in myself. And not only for QuickTime Player, if I go to my iMovie, and in my iMovie, if I select a new event, and I go to my camera and I can go to the panel again, and here again I can choose a different background color and so on. And as you can see, I can add those in as well. There we go. So that is a hidden feature, I would guess, that you can use on your Mac as well. Let's look at the other apps as well. Now, as you guys know that you've got the new password app. So passwords was moved away from the settings and now it is its own app. So if I go into my Spotlight search and I search for passwords, and I can just use my login password, and here's all my passwords. And not only does it give me all of my passwords, it also breaks it down into where I can see my different Wi-Fi password, passkeys, and so on. What's so cool about the Wi-Fi passwords, if I go to my Wi-Fi, I can go to any of my SSID or previous Wi-Fis, and I can show a QR code which someone can then scan in, and that password will be shared and they will be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. That's one feature which I showed in my iPad or iPhone video. And another feature is that we can also, if we want to now create a new password, then we can not only use it for password purposes, but we can add in other information as well. So if I go back to all, I click on the plus, and here you can see it says website, app, or label. So say, for instance, you've got another password that is maybe not related to a website, to an app. Let's say, for instance, you've got a safe and you want to add in a specific passcode for that. You can add it in, and you can even add in a specific note. So it is not limited to only websites and so on, but you can use it for other purposes as well. Another feature about passwords is the fact that we can go into our settings and we can even show the passwords in our menu bar. You will see there's a little key on my menu bar. If I click on it, I can go into my passwords, and here I can just search for any passwords. So say, for instance, I go Apple, and there I've got all my Apple related passwords quickly at my fingertips. Now, when it comes to new features on the iPadOS 18, iOS 18, and even macOS Sequoia, and I consider this the ring that rules over all other rings when it comes to new features, of course, Apple Intelligence. Now, if you have updated your machine to macOS version 15.1, as you can see on my machine, as well as you are sitting with an Apple Silicon machine, Apple M1, M2, M3, then you will be eligible to start using Apple Intelligence. You will also see that it is available now also under your Apple Intelligence and Siri settings. Not all the features are available to us as yet, as these features will become more available within the month of December, but we can start using it as the feature that became available with 15.1 is the Photos Cleaner. Now, if you go to your Photos app, you can start using the Photos Cleanup. Now, I've set two photos aside to show how cleanup works. So if you go to a photo and you click on the edit button, you will see a new button has been added called Cleanup. If I click on Cleanup, it will start highlighting the objects or people that I can remove from the photo. Now, it's not limited to only this, but with these that are showing, I can simply click on them and it will start removing them. And here you can see it's doing a pretty good job about removing these things. But say if there's an object like if I want to take the statue over here and I want to remove that, then I can just click and drag over that object and it will highlight it and remove it. And you can see certain edges that are still sticking out. I can slowly but surely clean it up as well. You will also notice that it gives me the revert to original. So it actually does a non-destructive editing as well. And if I want to see what the original look like, all I do is I tap on the M key. This is what it looks like. That's what the cleanup. I'll just tap on done. And I'll go to my next photo. This one is a little bit more complex. And this is a photo taken when I was doing training at the University of Cape Town. So if I tap on edit, again go to cleanup, I will select the chairs over there. And as you can see, is not as neat as it was before. Not a problem. If it comes to that, then I can actually go a few times over this wall and you will see it will start fixing it. And as you can see, there's my wall now all done. It's just a little black mark over there. And now if I can take out the chair here, there does the chair, and I can do this chair over here. In some cases, you might need to zoom in. So if I zoom in a little bit, I can take out the leg that's sticking out there. And I can also take out this chair over here. There we go. That section over there for the wall. That. And now I can do the cord as well. Just my mouse pointer over the cord. Didn't do a neat job over there. Let's go once more over. And there we go. Again, I can just hold down the M key. It shows me what it looked like and what the result is. And if I should tap on done, it will then show the badge that's been edited. As you can see that my metadata is selected, edited. But if you want to know if it was edited with the cleanup tool, then you can do a secondary click on the photo, go to get info, and at the bottom it will specify that was modified with cleanup. So guys, that is it for this episode. And I know it's been a longer episode than usual, but there are so many new features to cover, not to mention what Apple Intelligence brings to the table. And with that said, guys, please stay tuned to our next episode. We will be looking at some additional new features. Also, looking at what is ahead with Apple Intelligence. And that's me, Angela Martin. Stay safe out there, and goodbye.